I'm going to have to use my grandmother's accent. Or I could use my great aunt's. Amazing grace. So I remember a countryside, and I'm not even sure this is not a dream, but we were in some hilly area, and everything was green. And there was a church, big white church, steeple, bells, all that stuff. And then there was grass around the church. And you had to drive across a little bridge that crossed a creek to park to get to this church. And there were tables. It looked like something out of what's that Harrison Ford movie where he's with the Amish? What is that? It's one of my favorite movies. I can't remember the name of it at the moment. But it was definitely that. And I think I was about 6 or 7, if this is a real memory. Unfortunately, we know that not all memories are real. Famous books about that now, about manufacturing memories. And then you go blaming other people for things. It's like, puts the brakes on your tendencies to, not that everybody has tendencies, but I think we do. I think we don't want to think of ourselves as the culprits. And it's like, well, if I did that, somebody else must be responsible, right? So some guy wrote a book about that. Could have easily called it Manufactured Memories. And everybody should read that book. Because we all have them. But back to the church. I'm not sure there's anything true in this story. But it was just a beautiful place. Big trees, grass. Grass went on forever. Big white church. And long tables. Like an Amish gathering. And we weren't Amish. We were Catholic. So and there were barbecues. And there were men standing there above the barbecues, turning their heads, try to catch a breath. And there were women shuffling stuff over to the tables, the long table. I bet these tables, all put together. Long. Maybe. Hell, I don't know. I mean, what's the length of your house? Twice that long. Tablecloths. There were tablecloths, and there were settings, and there was silverware. Can you imagine that? Man, why not just use plastic? Well, I can answer that question. This was the mid 60s. Whoever the geniuses are that came up with plasticware and paper plates and all that shit. They hadn't done that yet. So we still had solid plates, and we had silverware, and we had glassware. And nobody thought anything of it. But I'll tell you, the thing that stands out to me after all these years, now here we are in 2023, and I'm talking about maybe 1965. Things that stands out to me. Thing that stands out. I can fucking talk. Yeah, I can. I spent a lot of time doing it. I practice now and then. Thing that stands out to me is the length of those tables. And that we were at church. We went into the church and we sang. Well, first you listen and then you sing, and then you listen some more and you sing, and you listen some more and you sing. And the reason I remember this particular Sunday is because it stuck a song in my mind, and that song will never come out. I'm stuck with that song. And I love that song. We had my grandmother's funeral at that church, and we sang that fucking song. And I think the history of that song is, I would like to be right about this, but I'm probably wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of stuff. Like everybody else, I like to pretend I know more than I do. But I think that song originated in the Civil War. Can you imagine what that was like? I mean, oh my God. I mean, not just the war itself, but just life. And whether I'm right about this or not, it's a good story. And it's one of those things that should be true. Man stood. And he watched the destruction of the country. And then he started singing, Amazing Grace, how sweet thou art. I guess that's the way it all comes around, right? The heart. The heart has to be tapped on. It's like, hey, are you watching this? Are you watching what's happening? Are you experiencing this? Such what a rich tradition. No, musicians in our country who have lived, who have been there and seen all the horrible shit. I've met a few of them, been very privileged. Some of them been in the recent wars. Don't have to go back to World War II and Korea and Vietnam. A lot of great emotional music came out of the Vietnam era, but we have a younger crew now that has lived their wars, and they've been there. They've fought in them, and they're back, and they've formed musical groups, and they sing about the horrors. Oh my gosh. What an impoverished world it would be without musicians. Well, of course we have plenty of them, right? Yeah, and that is the problem. Kids listen to them, and this has been a big thing for me personally, for a lot of reasons. I was anti-rap, and it's because rap was trash forever. Rap was just a bunch of hate speech. And of course, that's an expression that Congress has snapped up. Democrat Congress has snapped. Oh, you can't say that. That's hate speech. It's stupid, fucking petty motherfuckers. There is some stuff that's hate, and it's spoken. It's spoken by people you would never let date your daughter. And for decades, rap was hate. And then came along Kid Rock. Yeah, Kid Rock started as the classic rapper. And he did a lot of questionable stuff. And he's, there are interviews all over. Yeah, he fully admits, oh man, I wish I never had done that. Wish I had never done that. But you look at the evolution of his music. He still does some rap. And man, he's fucking fantastic. But then you have a new level. you have a new level of the fight for justice and decency, and the willingness to put your life on the line to make sure that evil does not win. And those guys have a name. And they play music. And they are called Five Finger Death Punch. As a kid who came from a family where everybody went to war, I love those guys. Five Finger Death Punch. I'm not sure there's ever been anybody who has spoken up as effectively and passionately and with such amazing talent for our fathers and uncles and grandfathers and great-grandfathers. And I don't know these guys' history. I don't know which of them actually fought and which didn't. Maybe they all did. But damn. I love them.